What's that noise? Ah! Oh, you can't be sneaking up on me like that. Oh. Whew, you scared me. Oh, and it's Halloween and all. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. That was not nice. That was not nice. Whew. But, since you're here, my name is Ben. I'm from Age of Print. And I want to wish everyone a very happy Halloween. And I hope everyone has a very safe time tonight. I've got this big this is one of the big tubs, clear plastic tubs. As you can see, it's half full of candy for the trick-or-treaters tonight. And maybe it's just me, but I don't remember candy being so expensive. 2 decent-sized bags of chocolate was, what was it, 15 bucks a piece. 2 bags was $30. You know, I always hear jokes about people passing out the maybe lower-end candy, and now I see why. Maybe next year I'll pass out raisins, little boxes of raisins with maybe a little toothbrush. Save myself some money, but I like having good candy. Myself, I actually don't like candy too much. I do like gummy bears on occasion, but I'm not a candy person. And even though I get made fun of at home, I actually don't enjoy ice cream either. Don't like ice cream or candy. I would rather have a big bag of beef jerky, or maybe a sausage, salami, you know, some sort of meat. You know, I just love beef jerky, so I'd rather have that than candy or ice cream. Some people may find that weird, but since it is Halloween, I've got a horror movie that came for me from Best Buy. I've got a few coming for next week too that I bought this morning. There are some really good sales going on right now. And this one here, yeah, is Get Out. I believe this was $4 or $4.99 on Best Buy. It was pretty good movie. Had some creepy moments in it. You know, so it was okay. It was a good watch. And we watched the let's see, what was it? It wasn't a sequel, but it was done by the same gentleman, Jordan Peele, called Us. And even though I guess the ending, Us was actually pretty good. Maybe I enjoyed that one a little bit better than Get Out. But and then I have one comic that came to me. I think this is a Venom. I think. I think this is a variant one that I wanted to get. Huh, came in a brown paper bag. That's cool. And is this Venom? It is. Yes, this is a number 17, Venom 17 Codex variant. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I did not have this one. Okay, well that's cool. Since it is Halloween, I thought I'd go over just a couple horror movies that I really enjoy, that if you haven't seen them, maybe you should watch them. I picked 1 or 2 that maybe a lot of people haven't seen, and then a couple that probably most people have seen. This is one of my favorites. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. There's obviously several different versions because it's been out for 40-some years. But great movie. The way it was filmed very almost gritty looking, like it almost was real. I have seen, and I have the a remake of it a couple years ago, done with Jessica Biel, I believe. And don't get me wrong, it was good. It was an okay movie. I enjoyed it, but with these originals, where it's supposed to look real, there's just nothing better than these old horror movies, and they will scare you. They will scare you. And if you haven't checked this one out, if you've only seen maybe the remake, because I know a lot of maybe teenagers or my cousin who's in his, I think, late 20s now, isn't real familiar with the horror movies and isn't sure if there maybe is a newer movie out there or an older movie out there when a newer one is made. So like when Texas Chainsaw Massacre the remake came out, a lot of people didn't know, hey, there was an old one from the 70s, you know, that is actually a lot better, unfortunately. But if you haven't checked that one out, check that one out. Here's another one that is one of my favorites. Night of the Living Dead, the original, by George Romero. King of Zombies. I mean, what can I say? This movie is really, really good, and it is in black and white. And I know maybe a lot of the younger generation doesn't care for it, black and white, but it makes it scarier to me. It makes it much scarier, and really, really classic zombie movie. The next two, it's really the first one that I loved, but Creepshow. Creepshow is great. It's an anthology movie. It's got several different stories in it, just creepy stories. The one that sticks out to me is Leslie Nielsen, who is known for Naked Gun. Very great comedian. But in this movie, he actually is pretty dark. He's in a story in here. And then Stephen King is in this movie as sort of like a dumb, maybe redneck, sort of hillbilly type. And finds a meteor and stuff gets on him. And it's got some really good stories in it. It's not as popular, but Creepshow 2 also had some really, really good stories. Creepshow 3 I do not own. I remember watching it, but I don't remember loving it. But Creepshow 2 has a story that I'll always remember about kids who are swimming in this, I think it's a pond or a lake, something. And there's this black tar substance that starts circling them, and it actually, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but something happens with it, and I always remember that short story. But Creepshow 2 is pretty good. Not as good as the first. If you're going to watch one, watch Creepshow 1. And then I've got two that I really enjoy, and this one could be, I guess, a Christmas movie as well, but Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is the original. They did do a remake. Remake was okay as well, but this is the original. And I forget what year this is from, but this is from a long time, 84. And this movie here is a great, it's very cheesy, very cheesy. It's got, real bad puns. The guy who plays him, I forget his name, but he yells naughty. That's all, naughty. And it's just so funny. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen this one, there's a couple of them out there. I think they made 2 and 3. I'm not sure if they have a 4. I think there's a 4, but I'm not sure. Maybe try and watch that one. And then this is another good one that I really enjoy. It's called The Collector. And it's very interesting story. I know there's another one, The Collection. I don't own that one, but that one is really good as well. The Collector has a good plot to it. I don't see too many new movies, horror movies or action, with really good plots. And this one plot is that this gentleman is going to rob a house. I think he worked there. It's been a while since I've seen it, but he worked there maybe as a mover or something like that. And he sees that the house is worth robbing, so he goes to rob it. Unfortunately, right before he gets there, a serial killer gets there. So the robber has to decide whether to help save the family or try and get out and save himself. So really, really good plot. If you haven't seen that one, go ahead and watch that one. I have another one of my favorites is an old John Carpenter movie, Prince of Darkness. I think it was by Carpenter. I really enjoyed that movie. I don't own it on Blu-ray, But I know it. I remember it had Alice Cooper in it, and Alice Cooper was very creepy in that movie as well. And I really, really enjoyed that movie. Obviously, I like the older horror movies best. The first two Halloweens were just incredible. The first Friday the 13th, if you can watch that one's great. Nightmare on Elm Street. Those I sort of like most of those movies because I don't consider him scary. Freddy Krueger wasn't meant. He was meant to be kind of a I don't know, almost like a comedy to me, with his bad puns and how he kills people. And I enjoyed those. You know, the Chucky movies I enjoyed. I have not seen the new one yet, the remake, but we'll see. I'll see it here probably eventually. I'm looking up at the collection. Phantasms were very good. You know, if you can see the first Phantasm. Let's see, anything else? I keep trying to get my nephew to watch horror movies, so I'm trying to get him into maybe Gremlins for the young kids. Gremlins or I don't know about Troll. Troll was pretty good for the kids. I watched Troll. And I enjoyed it. And Troll 2. I think Troll 2 was supposedly one of the worst movies ever made. And I believe it. It was terrible. But it was so bad it was good. So, those are just a few. Oh, the Scream series. I do like the first couple Screams. Those are very good as well. Anything else I'm missing? I'm sure I'm missing a ton of them. And next week when I get a few of them in, I'll do another video and I'll show you and I'll maybe tell you what they're about, although most of you have probably seen the ones that I got. But we'll see. We'll see. So, thought I'd just share a couple of my favorite horror movies with you on Halloween. And I look forward to getting my movies in and doing another video next week. And I hope everyone stays safe tonight. And, you know, just watch out for other people. Watch for the kids. I live in a neighborhood with ton of kids, so you know if you're driving out there, just watch for the kids running, because you know kids are gonna run in the streets and stuff. So just be careful, take your time, have a safe time tonight. If you love candy, hope you get a ton of it. Other than that, I will see you next week and have a safe night. And once again, my name is Ben from Age of Print, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you so much. By the way, George Romero, right here on my shirt. Thought I'd wear a Halloween themed shirt. And if you don't know his work, check it out. You will enjoy it. I will talk to you later.